So what made you want to like share that information with everybody through Rapwell?
Man, I think I'm still to this day just so shocked at how much lifestyle changes or herbs and just all these things can make people better.
Yeah.
And I think once you
feel
better,
good too.
Yeah.
Really feel good.
And when you have that feeling, it's like, how could you not want to share it?
Yeah.
I can't go from realizing how much these things have changed my life to not hearing so and so have a problem and be like, girl, try this.
See, that's the thing right there. All right, so I see you on your gram, on your Instagram. You're always making something, and like I wish I enjoyed being in the kitchen as much as you, but I don't.
We can work on that.
Yeah, so we're making some home remedies because you mentioned that you do some things. So talk to us. What are we doing today?
So I figured something that's way easier than people think it is that we can make at home quickly, that's pretty accessible to everyone, is a quick elderberry syrup, because in the winter, just in general, I know everybody pretty much gets a cold, or they're around someone that gets a cold. The coldness, all that can make you just feel down. So I figured we can make something that will make you feel up and support your immune system and just, give you a little boost of life.
Okay.
So we're making an elderberry syrup. We're gonna put some echinacea and some ginger in it. All these things pretty much play on your immune system.
Okay.
They're uplifting energies, which like I said, we need if we're feeling sick or a little groggy and down. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, and then we can like kind of walk through the different things. Okay, let's do it. I'm just here to support. Actually, I mean, if you need me to do anything,
you know what? I'm gonna have you play with these elderberries.
Okay.
Because I've heard that you haven't really messed with them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat them right now.
You don't have to eat them, but I'm gonna have you just take a look at them.
Okay. Let me see.
So they're kind of like elderberries. First thing you noticed is what? Tell me some of the things you see about them.
So they look like raisins.
Yeah.
Actually. They actually look, and rocks. They look like raisins and rocks, but I like how they smell. They actually smell like raisins too.
Yeah, they're essentially a berry, and they're like a dark berry, almost like a blueberry, but with like red undertones instead of like blueberries or like blue undertones.
Yes.
So that darkness usually means that it's antioxidants, like berries, blackberries, all that stuff. They're antioxidants. So that's what that is. It's dried. It does kind of have like the vibe of a raisin or like a cranberry more so. It's kind of tart, but it can be sweet depending on like the species of it. Okay. So this one tends to be a little sweeter. Okay. I know you said you're not going to eat them today. Shoot. Just nibble it, and if you hate it, spit it out.
I just ate like 3. I mean, we can make it work.
It's not so bad, right?
Yeah.
It's tolerable. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you take that bunch.
Just this little small bunch right here?
Yeah, just that little bit. And we're just gonna take this guy. And we're gonna throw them in there.
Do I need some more?
Yeah, we're gonna use a little bit more. So you can pour, I would say, since we're making a little bit more than that, we're making a small batch, just enough for, you and I, for you to have. I would say maybe a 1/4 of cup, give or take.
Okay.
Today, this actually might be less, but like I said, we're just making a small batch. So this is a coffee grinder, which I use as an herb grinder.
Really?
We're grinding it. Yeah.
So what do I do?
I'm
Press
resourceful, girl. I try.
Resourceful. What do you want me to do? Press it?
Yeah, we're gonna just, get our grind on. So the reason we're doing this.
Okay, hold on, wait.
Let's check it. Okay, a little bit more. That could be good enough. So the only reason we're doing this is because we want to break the berry apart. Right now it's a whole berry that's been dried around the seed, and we want to break it open so we can get as much of the herbal constituents out, so we can get as much of like the nutrients and all that goodness. Girl, we need all of it. So we got to break it down. Okay. We're increasing the surface areas, which means literally we just get more of it. So now that we've got this and all that jazz, and we've got movie magic going on, we're gonna dump that in here. Like I said, that would be ideally what we're going for in this instance. Is it depends on how much you want to make, but because I'm making a quick little batch, we're just gonna use, this isn't even a 1/4 cup, but it's enough for us to achieve what we want to achieve today. So the next thing we need is echinacea. I just really believe in like pairing herbs, because where one herb may lack, everybody's body is different. This herb may be better for you than elderberry, so I just pair them all together so you get all the goodness, all the benefits. So echinacea, I feel like everyone's pretty familiar with that.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, most people have, and that's why I chose it, because I feel like it was a pretty approachable herb. Okay. So I always want to do less echinacea than elderberry. I'm not going like equal parts, but since this is a small amount, I feel like maybe a teaspoon or so is good for this one. Let's say 2, because I heard somebody on set is 6, so we're trying to get her right.
Okay. Let's get it right. Let's get it right.
Let's get it together.
Okay.
So that's that. And the last thing we're gonna do is another familiar herb that people.
I got a little bit of, okay.
Yeah, we get dirty in here, girl.
Yeah,
We get down and
right.
dirty.
Because that's when we doing work.
Exactly. And this one is ginger. It's just powdered ginger.
I love the smell of ginger.
Yes, girl, me too. And I could use fresh ginger, but what's funny is with plants, it's actually better if you're making like tinctures and tonics to give them time to dry out, because that's when their cell wall breaks down.
Okay.
And again, we're increasing our chance of getting the constituents, the enzymes, all that out when the cell wall is broken.
I hope these people are taking notes.
Please,
because this is good stuff. Okay, so we're adding a little ginger.
Yeah, so we're gonna do
and
dry
we'll
ginger.
share our recipe. Well, it's not our recipe, but I like to consider it
It's
our
ours.
recipe.
I made this one for you, girl.
We'll share it with you guys so you all can use like specific.
I'll get you guys specific measurements, because you know they say with Black people we just keep going to the ancestors say so.
Right. So we will expect your recipe.
So this one, like I said, may be a tiny bit stronger, but
I love ginger so much.
if you love ginger, then we can do a little bit more ginger. So
Okay.
I feel good.
It's just so spicy and like.
It is. It's pretty strong. So we've
Okay,
got
so
our
we got elderberry.
elder, echinacea, ginger.
Okay.
I feel like this is a pretty strong trio.
Okay.
We don't need any crazy exotic herbs. I feel like the ones that are native to America are just as strong. And because most of us have been on this continent for a while,
Yeah.
our bodies are acclimated to the fruits and the herbs and the
those
things of
things
this
matter.
land.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got that. We're gonna add some water to this and bring it up to a boil. Now I will say with herbs, not teas per se, but with herbs, the longer that you boil them, the better, because they get, not boil, we're not actually trying to boil them, because boiling them can kill the enzymes and all the nutrients.
So what is it, warming it or like
I'm gonna,
steaming it?
Yeah, essentially like simmering it, kind of in some cases sauteing it, but simmering it so that it's not hot enough to kill everything, but it's hot enough to really allow it to open up and to break down everything.
Will we start to smell it a little bit?
We will, and it's gonna be really funny because I put a lot of ginger in there. So I'm throwing this on.
Is that supposed to be on high?
Well, let's take it down a little bit. Oh, there's 2 settings. Great. So we're gonna do this on medium high.
Okay,
that's gonna bring
medium
us
high.
to a simmer. And I'm just gonna go ahead and try and get everything incorporated. And like I said, as this warms up, it's going to, right now, this color, right?
Okay, you see?
It's like, it's pretty
Nice little
deep.
dark, deep purple.
But
red.
girl, the longer you cook it, it gets deeper, darker, richer. That's when you know the herbs are really opening up and they're doing their thing. So you could, honestly, you could do it like this real quick and have it as a tea, or you could simmer it down to where it's like very little water left and just herbal constituents, and then you have yourself a syrup, which is what most people make.
Yeah, the elderberry syrup.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually coming to a simmer, so that's perfect. So we're almost done with this guy. And I will say the longer you let it simmer, like I said, you get more out of it. But in this case, we're doing this real quick. I don't know if you guys can
I feel
see.
really fancy being in here.
Girl, yes, we fancy.
So should we do like a
You guys can see how much darker that got in the time that we let it boil. And the longer we let it go, it could get darker than that, but that's a pretty good start if you're not feeling well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna strain this real quick right here. And I'm doing this through a bigger strainer now because I just wanna get the bigger pieces. And then I'm gonna strain it through a fine strainer to get more of the echinacea things, because echinacea is powdered, so, and the ginger's powdered, so it's going to require more to get out.
So cool.
Now I have my fine mesh strainer, which is gonna get out. Remember, we powdered the echinacea and the ginger, so I wanna make sure we get all the grit out, so I'm gonna strain it again in our fine mesh strainer. I mean, I would put this in the fridge and it could last several months, but I just made such a little amount that I feel like if you're sick or if you're just taking this every day to support your immune system, it'll go in no time. So it looks like we don't have much of it because this is a concentrate. So a concentrate is something I'm not gonna drink as like a tea. It's something I would drink like a spoonful of. So I'm gonna add honey, and I know people are afraid of sugar, but like I said, you're only having a spoonful of this at a time, so the sugar content shouldn't affect you. So I'm gonna put a lot of honey in here, but we're doing that to make it a syrup and kind of a medicine instead of it being so much of a drink. So don't drink this because this is a lot of sugar. We're trying to basically make it. Yeah, but that's exactly why you only take like a teaspoon of it to a tablespoon at max. And in all honesty, I would simmer this some more, but because we're doing it like, you know, on camera. The honey helps to increase the shelf life because honey is like, it has like antibacterial properties and all that jazz.
All right, so who's this for again? Because I'm ready for some tea so we can continue this conversation, girl.
So I heard Ashlyn has like she's recovering from a cold, so we're gonna give her a spoonful of this now when she's ready so she can have it and all that jazz.
If they're recovering from a cold.
Yes.
that is perfect for you.
Yes, because it's going to support your immune system. It's going to slow down or calm down some of the inflammation. It's going to soothe your throat if you've got any cough going on. It's going to help with your sinuses. It offers
all
so
of that.
much.
So you don't need Robitussin,
So
honey. All right,
No
so
Robitussin.
I'm ready for some tea. Tell us about Rapwell.
So Rapwell is an alternative wellness brand that's inspired by hip hop culture, and it's just focused on being a relatable, inclusive, and approachable resource to the community.
I love that. I love
Thank
it.
you.